Hello! Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. I would apologize for what's about to happen to my players, but it's Alien. They signed up for it. Let's start by going around the table and introducing yourselves. We'll start with Jay.
Hi, it's me. I'm Jay. I'm playing Abigale today. The pilot. Kind of. Yeah, you can find me on all social medias at TheYellowCubess, and I just want to play today.
Fair enough. Low Bounds.
Hey, it's me, LittleBones309. I'm your favorite indie gamer here on Twitch. And over here, for Aliens, I play Captain Reagan Valentine, who just really wants to pet her cat, man.
Mournian.
I am Mournian. That's pretty much it. I play Sammy Riskin, and yeah, that's kind of me.
Joel. Creep.
How am I supposed to follow that one up?
And it's hard.
Hi, I'm DarlingCreepshow. I am your #1 resident creep on Twitch. I play TTRPGs all across the interwebs, and on my channel, I primarily paint TTRPG miniatures. And tonight, I am playing Diana Christensen, the corporate liaison, who's definitely not Bones' like bane of her existence right now.
Definitely didn't have any sort of words exchanged last session.
I hope you get to your cat.
Hi guys, I'm Myriad. This is my channel. We do a whole lot on this channel. We do variety gaming, we do art, and we do TTRPG stuff. So if that's your jam, you're in the right place. And last time, we left off with our corporate liaison, Diana Christensen, having locked both Captain Valentine and Quinn Hames inside the medbay with the remaining crew of the Cronus, after Captain Valentine expressed wanting to abandon the Cronus and leave on the Montero. Mother, however, had other plans, and right after the confrontation, an announcement went out on your comm units. Displacement drive malfunction, cascade failure imminent, vision reactor overload in T-minus 10 minutes. And I need everyone to add a stress level. As this announcement goes out, what are you doing? And we will start with the one who seems to be holding the most power in this situation, Diana.
I'm still standing at the door. I'm looking in. How are you like up to the door at this point, Bones?
Yeah, I'm at the door.
You can see that there is like a flash of empathy on her face, something that's a little out of the usual for Diana, and she's just kind of like watching you from the other side, just basically waiting to hear it out from you.
I think you'll notice like Reagan sort of motioning for her suit. I'm not infected. I'm not sick. Let me out.
All right. We have to keep everybody else in other than Hames, right, Joel?
Yeah.
Hames. If you and Hames could move to the front, I can open the door.
She'll motion for Quinn. And she'll sort of glance back at the other crew members from the Cronus. What are they doing? Or do they look like they're like huddling around towards us?
No, so they look like they're going to allow you to depart. It looks like Dr. Flynn and and Exo Johns are actually, it looks like they're using like duct tape to tape over the vent that creature had disappeared off into.
Fair enough. Not sure that that's going to work, but good luck, crew. And she'll wait for Diana to...
Exo Johns will look back over his shoulder at you. When you take care of that situation, if you want to come back and speak with us.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, she lets you guys out the door.
I book it past her. I am heading towards the walk between the two ships. Because I know what that means, I'm assuming. I know that something really bad is about to happen to the Montero.
So you will know that the self-destruct means that it's literally going to self-destruct.
Yeah.
It's the fission reactor is going to overload. So the reactor on the ship, the engine is going to overload.
Yep.
And you will know, as the captain, two things need to happen in order for the Montero not to take everyone down with it. You need to uncouple the Cronus and the Montero, and you need Davis to set the Montero to autopilot to get it far enough away from the Cronus.
Yep. I'm on. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
That might mean Davis might have to sacrifice herself if she is not able to get the shuttle off of the Montero in time to get back to the Cronus.
I'm on comms with Davis immediately, and I'm like, Davis. She would hear the panic in Reagan's voice, and she'll call you Abby, which is probably a pretty rare thing between the two of them. No matter what their kinship is, it's either she calls you by Abigale or by Davis, never by Abby. And she is on the comm saying, "Get to the coupling now."
I'm gonna warn you now. I'm jonesing, so we might have a problem.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, I started to get really itchy.
Yep. Okay, got it. Sure. Explain to me, Myriad, how this field commander mechanic will work just now. Can I use this to command?
So generally that is going to be for when someone is not quite falling is not quite falling in line. Not necessarily, it's not going to necessarily help the situation with Davis, because that is sort of an outside influence that Davis can't control at this point.
Okay.
I think Diana's going to come over the comms and say, could we clarify this situation, please?
T-minus 9 minutes.
We don't really have time.
I'm a drug addict. That's about it.
Davis, I have stimulant on me. Will that help with your situation?
It would if I wasn't in the vents.
You're not in the vents yet.
Oh, we're not. Okay, thank
You're
God.
not yet. You did not make it to the vents before the announcement went off.
I can do what I can, I guess. Still in the med bay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can meet you at the coupler with Captain Valentine.
Great.
Is everyone at this point going to head to the junction? All right.
Yeah.
So you will be heading to Deck A, where you first came into the Cronus, Junction A1. That is where the umbilical passageway is coupled. What would you like to do? Who is heading over onto the Montero? Who is staying on the Cronus? Who is uncoupling?
I'm going to go onto the Montero with Davis, I'm assuming.
I'll be staying on the Montero.
On the Cronus?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, on the
Okay.
Cronus.
Yeah, you don't want to stay on the Montero?
I would love to get yeeted into space.
Sammy will stay on the Cronus and be near the door doing anything to help the uncoupling for decoupling or whatever from this side.
Okay. Hames, what are you doing? Are you going to be staying on the Cronus as well to help with the decoupling?
Yeah, I mean, unless I'm told to do something else, figure that's what I would do.
Okay.
Help with the old decoupling.
Davis and Valentine. you guys make your way through the umbilical passageway back onto the Montero. At that point, Sammy and Hames, are you trying to decouple the passageway?
As soon as they're onto the other ship and I can see that, I'm going to begin decoupling.
Okay. So as you go to, so it's basically like a latch that you have to hit. It stops halfway down.
I do still have on the power loader. Does that help with strength in any way?
It will help you. You need to use the cutting torch, but you're going to get a +2 to your heavy machinery roll.
Oh, okay. So I need to roll heavy machinery. Probably should have had dice ready. And it's 2 stress dice, you said?
Yes, you roll your stress dice as well, and let me know if you get a 1 on them.
Okay.
Jay, I would have also passed off a stimulant to you.
Awesome. Inject.
I got a 1 on a stress die.
You got a 1?
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a d6.
4.
4. Okay, give me a second. We're going to jump over to Davis and Valentine. What are you guys doing?
I'm going.
I'm
You hear
also doing it, but I'm running to the cockpit.
Okay. It doesn't take long for Pavi to sort of poke her head up. She was chilling underneath one of the seats in the galley. And she just goes, and kind of looks at you. And there are red lights flashing. She does not seem bothered by it.
Yeah, it's pretty apropos for Bobby. I know we discussed this briefly. Is there a tiny little kitty cat suit I could put her in, or a box or a backpack by chance?
I'm gonna say there's one of those little, those little backpacks that have like the little the bubble for the cats look out of. There's one of those.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna say, "Pretty kitty, go for a ride."
Yeah. And she'll kind of go over and sniff. And at that point, you hear T-8 minutes.
I shove her in
Oh,
and zip it. I also grab some cat food just in case.
Hopping back over to Sammy. I apologize. I can't seem to find the one document that I was using.
You can just say you didn't expect anybody to fail this early.
No, because I had 2 versions of it and I found it. Never mind. I'm intelligent
She's
and
looking
smart
for the
and
worst of
very
the 2.
capable. So you rolled a 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be 4 plus your stress level of 2.
The stimulant should reduce a stress level, I believe.
I didn't take it.
That's for Sammy. That's for
Oh,
Mournian's
shit.
character.
Yeah.
So that's a 6 total.
Mhm.
Everything's fine.
Oh god, no.
Your
it's not.
hand shakes a little bit as you're holding the cutting torch. You hear over the comms the blaring of the sirens on the Montero, and it's unnerving. And you hear Mother's voice, T-8 minutes, just as you finish cutting through the umbilical passageway, and it decouples, and it's sort of almost left hanging in space, and you watch it depart from the Cronus. A little shaky, but you got the job done.
Never shoot a drop.
You guys will have to go back into the actual, you'll have to go past the junction, because there's, as you guys know, when you first came into the Cronus, you had to cut open the outer door. So there is no outer door. You're just looking out into space at this point. But you have managed to successfully cut through the umbilical passageway and decouple the 2 ships, which takes care of one of your problems. The next problem is that it is still next to the Cronus. Davis. I need
Yes.
you to make
No.
me a piloting roll at a -2. So you're going to subtract 2 dice.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's the ones. And then just one more. Okay. Do I is this because of the stress level?
It's a because of the stress of the situation. There is like a,
Okay.
it's a dire situation, so it's going to be made at a -2.
Okay.
So,
Just
yeah.
wanted to make sure.
Yep.
Because I did inject my eyeball.
Yep. So and then you're also going to roll 1 stress die and let me know what you get on it.
Okay. I got 2 6s for the piloting.
Okay.
That goes in the middle, and then 1 stress. That's gonna be a 2.
Oh, you're fine. You only have to worry about 1s on the stress die.
Okay.
Davis, you are you don't know what coordinates you type into the Montero, but they are far away from where the Cronus is. And you have set the Montero onto autopilot. Now, the problem comes with getting back onto the Cronus before the Montero explodes. You do know that there is a cargo shuttle, the Daisy, in the cargo deck that might be able to get you back onto the Cronus before the Montero explodes. And just as you finish up, T-7 minutes.
Perfect. Do we have like a black box sort of thing here?
Mm-mm.
Okay. In that case, I'm grabbing my little Monopoly dog and I'm getting out of here.
Okay.
And then going to the
Valentine, are you following?
I sure am. Me and Poppy are swiftly along the way.
Now, as you go into the cargo, God, there's a lot of tritium gas tankards. This is a lot of money that's about to get blown up. And you're not going to get any money for this job if none of these tankers make it to Sutter's World.
This is a cargo shuttle, right?
Mhm.
So we could get some cargo onto the shuttle.
Mhm.
Can
Theoretically.
Can I get some of these tankers on here?
So you will have to, there are 10 tanks. Well, you know,
Mhm.
the Daisy is able to carry 10 tanks.
Right. Okay.
Each tank, you're going to make a strength roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if you drop the tank, something bad will happen.
Okay. Just remember, you said you wouldn't kill my cat, so.
can I help her in order to? Is there a way I can help in order to make this roll easier?
You can assist, and you will get a +2 to your roll. So
Is
that's
this-
2 extra die.
Okay. Is this just a straight strength then?
It's just straight strength.
Okay.
But you're going to
so
get
I
a
got-
+2 die.
Okay. Cool. And I'm looking for what?
6s.
Okay. Well, I got 3 6s, bitch.
All right. That first tank easily makes it onto the Daisy. Would you like to try another one?
I sure do.
Right.
I
Make
sure
another one
do.
with a +2 for assistance from Davis.
Okay. That is 2 successes.
Second tankard.
I'm gonna look at Davis.
T-6 minutes.
I'm gonna be the countdown is really telling me we should just leave him.
I'm gonna grab
Make
one
the
more,
choice.
and I'm gonna use my automatic success for it.
Okay.
And
You
then I'm gonna get
managed
on.
to load 3 of the tankards onto the Daisy with relative ease, given the stressful situation that you all are in. And as you both get into the Daisy, Davis taking the piloting position, you hear T-5 minutes.
Let's get out of here. Give us
Okay.
back to the Cronus.
I'm gonna try to get us back to the Cronus.
Don't fuck
It
up.
takes about a minute for you to get the cargo shuttle ready to depart, including the cargo bay opening. It does take a little bit. It's mechanical, so. And just as you hear T-minus 4 minutes, you take off out of the Montero. It has already started on its course that you have set it on, Davis. So you are still a little bit ways away. You think that it'll probably take you 2 minutes to reach the Cronus from the distance you are from it now. I do want you to make me a piloting roll. There will be no, just a straight piloting roll. No minuses or pluses to it.
I think while she's doing that, I'll get on comms and to the rest of the crew and say, "Crew, we're headed to the cargo bay."
Copy that.
That's gonna be 1 success, unfortunately.
It's more than enough. You are circling around to the cargo bay on the Cronus, and Davis, you're looking. You think that maybe on a tilt, you might be able to wedge the Daisy into the vehicle bay of the Cronus. It's the bay door is not quite opening. There's still not enough power to open the bay door on the Cronus. But you think that if you tilt the Daisy a certain way, just slightly, you'll be able to wedge it right up into there. I'm gonna need you to make me a piloting roll.
Oh god. Oh no.
No pressure, Davis.
You do have an
Oh,
automatic
easy stuff.
success if you want to use it now.
No. No, I think I can do it. I have enough dice to where I think I can do this.
Okay.
That's 3 successes.
All right.
Woo!
As you sort of rear back on the steering wheel of the Daisy to get that angle just right, and you can hear the scraping of the bay walls and the ceiling as the Daisy cruises her way, just sort of inching forward as you come to a stop.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, I genuinely didn't think I would be able to do that, but, you know.
I had full confidence in you the whole time, Davis.
You are the only one.
I'm the only one that matters, baby.
Alright, let's get the cat back on.
All right.
You are down on deck D in the vehicle bay.
Deck
Um, Deck B. B for these nuts.
D creep.
Big D creep. Big Daddy creep. Let me see what there is. In the meantime, Hames, Christensen, and Riskin, what are you guys doing?
I think I'm gonna look to the two. We still need to get power on this ship. Riskin, what do we need to get that power?
I still need to get the air scrubbers cleaned so that the life support's actually working. Following that, I haven't had a chance to look at anything else to see what kind of damage could have been done to the reactor.
Sammy, you will know, based on what you had sort of gleaned while in the bridge and looking over all of the different stations. So you know you need to get the air scrubbers. And if you want the Cronus to be flyable in any way, you will need to repair the comm arrays. That's going to require a spacewalk. And you will also need to repair the engines, which is also going to require a spacewalk, as well as cleaning up the reactor control room and seeing the situation in there, as well as the air scrubbers.
Let's just say I've got a lot of work to do if we want this hunk of junk moving.
Can any of this work be delegated to Riskin? I'm sorry, Hames. I'm getting everyone's names confused today for some reason.
Well, if I remember correctly, Haynes is not a huge fan of outside.
You know I don't like the outside, but
I know, buddy.
Can you clean the scrubbers?
Not a super hard job.
yeah, I can do that.
All right, you have to go into the vents to do that.
I'd rather be in the vents right now than outside.
Mm.
Quinn like stops and thinks for a minute, and he's like, I think I've actually gotten over my fear of the outside. I don't mind going outside.
Doesn't matter
Where
to
do you
me.
want me to go outside to?
I mean, if you're serious, you can probably be quite of assistance with the comm arrays and the engines, but the air scrubbers do have to be done first, otherwise we're all gonna die.
That is correct. Your air supply in your EVA suits is almost running out. You know that probably within the next 20 to 30 minutes, you will have to take them off and be left to the air, the stale air on the ship that is mostly carbon dioxide at this point. It's going to be it's going to get really hard to breathe soon.
Quinn, bring that giant ass flamethrower. Oh, we might need it.
Well, she could deal with the air scrubbers, and we could go on a spacewalk.
She just stares blankly at the two of you.
Something tells me she's not going to do that.
Quinn just keeps staring at you.
I'll join. Did you want to make it back to file your report, or die on this ship?
I'm sorry, gentlemen, but this is not where my experience lies.
Oh yeah, I deal with this situation all the time of, everything that's going on currently.
I don't even know exactly what you guys saw in Medbay. I just heard a lot of commotion.
I don't think we know what we saw either, but all I do know is that we need to get clean air on this ship or we're all going to die here.
All right, well, we'll go get clean air on this ship, but when it takes longer than maybe you would want for us to get moving, remember, you're the one who didn't go do the job that needed to get done. And Riskin will turn to start walking towards the air scrubbers.
Okay.
Quinn will turn and follow him.
Back down in the vehicle bay. Davis and Reagan and Valentine, you managed to sort of wedge your way out of the Daisy. And you're looking around, and you note that there are two ATVs that seem to be in the vehicle bay, but the RTVs that you imagine would have been present for a science vehicle aren't present. And the ATVs are kind of lying on their side, haphazardly. It looks like they probably weren't secured down when the Cronus had originally taken off. And you look above and you can see the loading crane from Deck C. And then just on the other side, you can see just to as you're coming in, it would be to your right. Actually, on either sides of you, you do see elevators. And because the life support has gone back on, they do seem to be in working order.
Well, Davis, it's either the stairs or the elevator.
I guess don't take the elevator when the power's on the fritz.
Yeah, I don't really want to get stuck in the elevator with whoever the fuck that I saw in the med bay. Can I get a crew status report? Who's where, guys?
Sammy's heading to the air scrubber. Still gotta get air on this boat.
Quinn is following Sammy.
Diana?
I'm standing by where the umbilical was.
All right.
Junction A1.
She's not
Junction
cleaning the air
A1, thank
scrubbers.
you.
That's where she's not.
All right. Well, maybe Sammy, if you can clean those scrubbers with Quinn, Diana, a word when you get a chance, but let's not wander too far from each other. And Davis and I are headed up. Davis can go help with the scrubbers too. That's first priority.
So
Right,
you all
where would you
will,
like to meet?
imagine you'll convene on deck A.
Yeah, Deck A. Make your way over to Deck A. Maybe we can talk over by Mother.
I'll meet you there, Captain Valentine.
Wonderful.
Within a couple of minutes, you all converge on deck A, and just as you sort of meet up, the ship rocks from a distant explosion. Montero is gone. And there's sort of an unsettling feeling as you all realize that this is your only way home now.
We can cry about it later. Diana, I got some tanks from the Montero on board. I'll
Very
be
nice.
honest with you. I think that maybe we could probably make this work in our favor, but I'd like to be clear. I'd like to be amicable with you going forward.
The sentiment is shared, Captain Valentine. The only way we're going to make it home is if we cooperate.
All right. Now, once these scrubbers get online, we could probably take these suits off, but as we saw, things squirt and squelch, and that's pretty gross. Let's keep our wits about us. Who's going on our spacewalk? Did the guys decide that?
They're going to clean the scrubbers first, and then I assume we'll send them out to repair the engines.
Well, all right. No problem.
Unless that's something that you are familiar with, Captain?
Not so much. It's been a while since I've touched an engine, and these are kind of archaic, so not really my forte. What I would like to do is get more answers from the crew down in the med bay.
Right. We could go have a conversation with them.
Yep.
I would like to keep them in quarantine, however.
Yeah, I agree. After seeing
to
what
be
we just
safe.
saw, yeah, they're gross.
It sounds like we could potentially have other survivors aboard.
My main concern is having other whatever it was that we saw climb into the vents on board. And I'd really like to know that number sooner rather than later.
Well, at least we know the beginning signs of this, and perhaps next time we will be faster to neutralize the targets.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Medbay and have a conversation.
We will start with I believe the trio probably will be taking care of the air scrubbers. Davis, Riskin, and Hames. As you can see on deck A, the air scrubber shaft is only accessible via the ventilation system that runs between the two halls. So it is like a vent that you're going to have to climb into in order to access the air scrubbers.
All right. Riskin will start opening the latches and the hatch on the vent.
Okay. You do so with ease. There doesn't seem to be any issue.
And then he's going to kind of stick his head in and look left and right. Is there any light in there? Or is it just pitch black?
It's pretty dark, but you do have little flashlights on your suit.
All right. looking around, does he see anything moving? He's going to be very careful before getting into this vent.
So as you're going into the vent, there's two things that you notice. First off, it's really noisy. Since Mother has turned back on the life support, the air scrubbers are operational. They're just not optimized right now. So it is very noisy in this chamber. And number two is that as you're sort of looking around, you notice that there's like condensation being built up. And it seems that with the life support being turned back on, it's likely that the air scrubbers were frozen and now they are starting to melt. But if you would like to make me an observation roll, you're going to make me an observation roll at -2 here because of all of the noise.
Okay. And do I roll stress with observation?
Yeah, you're gonna roll your stress dice as well.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 -2 is 3. Okay, no one's on the stress die, and I got 1 success.
All right. As you're looking around, you're examining around. You spot these. God, it almost looks like some sort of like insectoid egg sac that's sort of on the walls around the carbon filters. You do note that the carbon filters are disgusting. They're caked with like decades of grime and mold. You're thinking that you're either going to have to replace or clean them, and you don't know where any replacements are, so it's likely you're going to have to clean them. But what is concerning you most right now are these egg sacs that seem to be sort of surrounding and on the filters at this point.
Sammy's gonna turn around. I don't know what's down there, but looks like some sort of egg. Or multiple, maybe. It's hard to see, I can't tell. But I'm gonna jump in here and go take a look.
Wait, hold on. Nothing's flammable down there, is it?
No.
We could take a torch to him.
And we may, but I would like to at least see what it is first.
I wouldn't go poking around in a spider sack, you know?
I'm not gonna poke it, I'm just gonna look at it.
Alright, just be careful. Make sure there's no mama spider.
Well, that just instills confidence.
Sammy, you sure you don't want me to just torch up the place?
That's what I'm saying.
Not just yet. There's a lot of condensation and other things in here. I want to know what we're dealing with. What did you see in the med bay? You're the only one of us that was in there.
Can he just relate what he saw?
So what you saw was a bizarre little creature. Maybe the creature wasn't like the most horrifying part. Maybe the part that was the most horrifying was the way that it clawed out of one of the Cronus crew members' skulls and then disappeared into the vent. It was some sort of like a spindly creature, pale white, skin nearly translucent. Didn't appear to have eyes. Nothing like anything you've ever seen before. And that's what you'll relay to Sammy and Abigale.
Okay, so it crawled out of someone's head. So that means any one of us could have one of those in us.
Well, I've had my suit on the whole time, so I don't see how it would get in.
Keep that big gun aimed down this way, and if you see anything, just let me get clear first. And Sammy's gonna step in slowly and kind of quietly sneak down, and he just wants to look at it, kind of Mainly wants to see if it's still whole or if it looks like something's come out of it.
So you're just looking at it.
Yeah, I'm not touching it.
So you get a little bit of a better look. They're like small bulbous pods, almost like some sort of fungus. They're about egg-sized, like bird egg-sized. And they seem to like be growing in like clutches. Like there's like little groups of them sort of interspersed throughout. It doesn't seem like any of them have hatched.
And in order for us to get where we need to go, we have to walk right past these things.
So they're like on the carbon filters that you have to clean.
Oh, cool. That's even better. All right. Looks like
You could leave it. But that means the air scrubbers will not get cleaned. And you are running out of air.
All right. Can you guys, is everything ready down there? You got everything ready just to light this place up?
Yeah, I can.
All right. Do you have any kind of weapon or anything, Abigail?
Did you guys give me back my bolt gun?
I think Captain Valentine still has that.
I got an axe.
Can you guys look around to see if there's anything else? I want us all to have something.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could look around.
You don't see anything in the air shaft. And you guys have sort of gone through this area. There wasn't really a whole lot to find.
There doesn't happen to be an AK just leaned against the wall.
Unfortunately, no.
Shit.
Just one grenade.
Doesn't Mournian have a plasma cutter though?
I have a cutting torch.
Would be useful.
Actually, speaking on useful, I can't use a fire axe, friend, and I'm gonna give it to the one that's not in the vent.
Well,
Right next to me.
I have a
James.
flamethrower in my.
he has a flamethrower.
James. Yeah. Yep,
Just you can
nothing I
keep
do
the
about that.
you can keep the hand axe. If anything, you can just huck it at something and run.
Valid.
All right.
Sammy's gonna come out of the vent. Torch it, I guess.
You torch it.
Quinn will sigh. He'll go up in there and he'll get prepped. He'll get a good angle on it all.
Okay.
And he's just gonna empty a canister.
The heat is immense as it sort of builds up in the shaft. Heat rises, so it fucking rises. And you're sweating inside of your suit by the time the canister is empty. And you look around. No more eggs.
Pog. He'll meander his way out.
All right. See if you can get that thing reloaded. Sammy's gonna go up into the vents and start trying to clean this thing.
As he's reloading it, he's just like, Abigail. He's like, I think I just sweated off like 5 pounds. Do I look a little thinner?
You do, like your suit just like sucked in real good,
Just
like
don't look
right
at
in the
feet.
waist.
It's full of sweat.
You're in a puddle.
You're gonna smell really, really bad when that suit comes off.
Wonder if
You're
you're gonna have
like-
French foot.
Like
I was gonna
full
say,
ball
9
sack
out
sweat.
of 10, you're gonna get one.
So at this point, to clean the air scrubbers, you will need to make a heavy machinery roll. However, one of you may make the roll, but you both may assist. The other two may assist, and that'll give you a +2 to the roll if both of your crew members assist you.
You want me to
I
make
will
the
be
roll?
helping.
I have 7 dice.
I got 8.
All right, yeah, I'll assist.
So then roll 10 and then roll 2 stress dice as well. Or you can auto success it.
I haven't looked at the die. I'm trying to debate how worth it is.
I think it's pretty worth it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Well, that's
YOLO.
unfortunate. I got no successes.
None?
No, let's roll my stress.
We're all gonna die.
Come on. 2 1s.
Why do we let him roll?
You got
got a
2
one.
ones.
I've got 1 1.
1. Roll me a d6.
It's the sweat. That's what's getting him.
Mm-hmm. He's just sloshing around
It's
over there.
another 1.
That's fine. So Hames is really sweaty, and his hands are actually really fucking sweaty as well, which is making it really hard for him to grip anything, including the carbon filters to try and clean them out. And you guys are trying to help him, but really the big son of a bitch is just in his own way, is the problem. Nothing terrible happens. You just don't clean the filters. You may make another roll. Someone else may try an attempt. However, you guys are going to be stuck up here doing this for another turn, essentially. So before I have one of you make another roll, we're going to pop down to deck B with Diana and Reagan.
Hello.
Diana is, as they're heading towards the med lab, she's going to take one of her nap leaves and remove all of her stress.
Okay.
Feel much better.
That's the noise. She's like, ah.
It's like The Sims.
Mm-hmm.
Diana is just a sim.
That's fair.
Say lovey. Would you like to do the talking, Diana?
It seems as though you have quite a few questions perhaps you'd like answered, so I'll be here
alright.
with you.
Reagan she'll go up to the window of the med lab and sort of give it a tap on with the back of her hand on the window there.
I think Diana's just kind of like standing off to her side, like
Looming.
looking over her shoulder. Yeah, looming.
Looming. As you're looking in, you do note that they sort of seem to be I believe there's only 4 now because Dr. Cooper. So you do see the other 4 members of the Cronus they're sort of gathered away from the body of their fallen crew member. One of them is sitting on the floor. The corporate seems to be sort of perched up against one of the counters. And it's Johns who notices your approach and the little tapping on the window. Heard the explosion, felt the explosion. Glad to see you guys are all right. Everyone make it?
I just, in my own personal headcanon, I imagine at this very moment a little trill would come from the backpack.
Yeah.
That Reagan has on. Yeah, we're all right. No ship. Well, no Montero. I got a few questions for you, Exo.
He looks tired as he stares back at you, but he nods. Yeah, go ahead.
What was your purpose on this expedition?
He heaves a really heavy sigh. We sat down on LV 1113 to explore some ancient ruins. And at this point, Clayton, the corporate, it was an archaeological mission, she sort of interjects. And John sort of rolls his eyes a little bit at her. Science team went down, collected some important artifacts, and I guess brought back some spores with them that infected some of the crew. And you guys haven't seen any sort of egg sacs around, have you?
We haven't. No.
They're like fungus. You'll see them growing like on the walls and stuff. If you see them, don't touch them. When you touch them, they release like this like spores in the air, and it'll infect you. The science team came up with some sort of cure that seems to neutralize these growths. What happens is the spores get into your body, and it grows into whatever that thing was, and then it exits your body promptly after that. But they managed to figure out a cure to turn it into basically an inert tumor. And he looks really confused and sort of upset as he sort of glances over at Cooper's body. We'd inoculated everyone. I don't know what happened. At this point,
Okay.
Flynn sort of tentatively goes over to Cooper's body and starts to rummage around in his pockets. And you can see him doing so with his back face towards you. And with his right hand, he holds up a still full syringe. Cooper had never used the inoculation.
When I see this syringe, does it look like the syringes that I had found in there?
Yep.
Okay.
Is there a reason why he didn't take his inoculation? Could you think of anything that would cause him to be wary?
John shakes his head. He's like, no. He's like, the science team had tested it and it seemed to have worked, and we're all fine. Obviously, we all took it. I don't know why he wouldn't have. Then look what happened to him.
Is there anything else on his persons that might indicate otherwise?
Flynn sort of is rummaging around, and then he turns and just you can see there's like tears streaming down his face as he is pillaging the body of his friend, and he sort of just shakes his head. No, nothing else.
It's all right, kid. Take a seat. All right, so you took these inoculations, and then you went into sleep. And I'm assuming you've been floating around since.
What year is it?
Are you sure you want that answer?
His face sort of falls a little bit, and then he shakes his head. Yeah, never mind. Probably better that we don't know. Listen, if you're going to be moving about the ship, you need to be careful. You need to be quiet.
Yeah. Is there anything we can do to combat this thing?
Doesn't seem to like fire.
Okay.
They move really silently. They move really quickly. Just don't go near the egg sacs either. And if you start to get like headaches or anything, well, don't.
Yeah, I gotta feel safe just in case.
I think Diana's gonna speak up at this point. Were there any other specimens found, brought back to the Montero other than these spores you collected?
You might have seen, have you gone into the science lab or anything? They were in sort of these ampules, the vases. That's
I made a
the
pass through there looking for survivors. I think I can recall seeing that.
that's where all of this started.
Right. Hopefully we can get the Chronos started up quickly and on our way back home.
All right.
He kind of looks back at the rest of his crew. I know we're in quarantine, but whenever you deem it fit, if you need help, just come get us.
Thank you, XO. Crew, if anybody sees any like spores or anything like that, something that looks like a fungus, don't go near them, don't touch them, don't inhale anything that comes off of them. They are in fact egg sacs.
When we'll talk. What if like flames touch them?
XO, can you burn these spores, these egg sacs?
Yeah, it seems like either like fire or liquid nitrogen might help as well.
Yeah, okay. You got a place for liquid nitrogen held up?
He doesn't. No.
Okay.
You might have, I don't know.
Okay. Good to know. You don't have any liquid nitrogen handy. Okay. Yeah, crew. Quinn, that's cool, man. Just burn them if you see them.
I already did. I was just wanting to confirm that it was good news that I had, not bad news.
Yep. You live another day, buddy.
How are we moving along on those scrubbers?
Who asked you?
Quinn, answer the fucking lady. Christ almighty.
Yeah, no, I just torched the shit out of them, so I think Sammy's working on the next step of that.
All right. Let's keep it moving, crew.
Do either of you have any more questions for the crew of the Cronus?
I'm gonna look at Diana and sort of shake my head.
No, I think that'll be all.
Actually, XO, anywhere I can get a key card for Mother? Any ideas of where that could be?
Don't I have one?
Do you have one?
I have it from the corporate Liaison.
I don't know that though.
No, you were there for that, weren't you?
Was
I,
yeah,
you,
we were all
yeah, you
there.
were in the med bay together.
Yeah, I took it from him.
Just kidding. I didn't ask that then.
Do we know how many other crew members could potentially be on the ship right now?
Based on the amount of so you found one body in the hallway,
Mm-hmm.
the headless man. You found 2 mummified corpses in the cryo chamber, and then you found the 5 crew members. You're guessing it's likely that there could be about maybe 4 to 6 more somewhere. You're not sure
Any
where
others?
they if they weren't in the cryo chambers, it's likely they're long dead by now.
She's gonna look to EXO. Can you tell me how many members you're currently missing?
Well, missing isn't really much of a issue. We're all accounted for, the ones that are alive at least. And there's Ava, our
Ava.
android.
I see.
She could still be here.
Any idea where I could potentially find Ava?
She liked the mess hall. She liked watching us eat.
Weird. Okay. I guess we're going to the mess hall.
Back up on deck A, in the air shaft. would one of you like to make me another heavy machinery roll?
Not me. I'm gonna snatch it away.
You're going to make this roll with a +1 because Hames is proven himself useless when it comes to cleaning the air filters. His fingers are too sweaty. You're muted, Morn.
That would explain why you can't hear me. That's 2 successes and no ones.
Okay. It takes you a little bit. You sort of, as you're watching Hames absolutely just bungle this, you kind of move him out of the way, good-naturedly, because you guys are friends. It's like, oh, hold on, man, I see a better way to do this. And you sort of move him out of the way. And within probably half an hour, you're able to get the air scrubbers clean enough to what you need them to be.
That should buy us some time.
It's because I loosened it for you.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt. And as we're kind of putting everything back together, Sammy is going to continue kind of looking around. Just, is there any remnants, anything remaining of those sacks, or they're good, they're just gone?
Like they got all burnt up. Nothing left.
All right, one problem down. Who wants to walk in space?
Pyrex does.
Alright, I'll walk in space. There's no germs out there, at least not that I can think of, so.
Hell, at this point, I might rather be out there than in here.
Yeah, I was trying to de-sweat a little bit. So yeah, you guys might want to get away from the stank that's about to permeate the area.
I'm
Careful with them boots.
Them boots.
Is there, maybe Sammy would know this, maybe he wouldn't, but seeing that their suits are already pretty low, is there somewhere we could go either get another one or recharge these now that the air scrubbers?
So you think you may be able to check perhaps the vestibule on deck B, or it's likely you might be able to check perhaps past the cryo chambers with like inside the examination room. There are some wardrobes that might house some EVA suits as well. The cryo chambers are closest to you at this point.
Yeah, we'll go, Sammy will kind of, I guess we'll go see if we can find some more suits. These are pretty much shot. And he will radio, air scrubbers online, 1 problem down, 2 to go.
You guys airwalking?
Looks like it. I think Quinn's gonna hang back. Is that right, Quinn?
Come on, Quinn, it's your time to shine in a spacewalk, baby.
Okay, fine. Oh, yeah. Go team.
Attaboy.
What's the worst that could happen?
The fire axe.
Sammy will start walking towards the cryo chambers. And
Now, I do have a question for you.
I don't like this.
For the entire group, that is. Now that you know there is some sort of creature on the Cronus, perhaps more elsewhere, are you going to be moving cautiously and quietly?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially after them telling us that, like, firsthand.
Okay. So we will be making, every time you sort of move from one area to another, we will be making mobility rolls, which is essentially a sneak roll, a stealth roll. Davis, Hames, and Riskin, please make me a mobility roll as you guys move to the southern part of the ship, just past the cryo chambers.
Can they
It's
carry
gonna be
me?
1 success.
And we roll stress with this as well, you said, right?
Yes.
Well, boys, I can already tell this might be rough.
No successes, but no stress ones.
It's gonna be a 5 for my stress.
One success, no stress.
Sammy,
Oh, go on.
you're a little heavy-footed. And as you're moving through down the hallway, I imagine that your companions sort of do look at you and you're like, shut the fuck up, dude. As you make your way, and you guys are listening very carefully now, and knowing that this creature was in the vents, you're also listening for any sort of sounds in the vents that is unusual outside of the norm of what might be going on in the ventilation. And quiet. You make your way down into the examination room. And in there, you will find 2 personal med kits. And as you move into the showers, on either side of junction A2, there are 2 showers and wardrobes. As you do move into the showers, you note more egg sacs. And if you move carefully, they won't be disturbed. And you can just go about your business. You check the EVA storage, which is on either side. You'll see the 2 storages. Would you like to check them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna hold my axe up. It comes at me. I'm smushing its little head.
There are a total of 3, lucky for you, remaining spacesuits. They're older models, older than yours. As you're looking at them, doesn't look like they've been tampered with, and seems like they're probably still functional. Lucky you.
All right, I guess Sammy will grab one and just take his
Switch out.
current one off and start
Okay.
putting on the other one.
Wait, check it. Like if you like roaches, you gotta kick it a little bit. See if anything's inside.
He'll kind of hold it up and jostle it around a little bit, see if he hears anything or feels anything weird.
Seems
In
fine.
we go.
When Hames takes off his suit, there is a very pungent odor that permeates through the room.
I was trying to get my suit on before you took that off. I didn't want to smell that.
That's why I quickly unsuited so you could get a little whiff to, for the
Keep me
road.
going.
I'll never forget.
All right, and as our 3 peons suit up,
The fuck?
we will hop back over to Deck B, where our captain and Corpo are wandering. Please, if you both will make me a mobility roll as you pass through. I imagine you'll be going up this way to the mess hall.
I'm actually, before we start moving, she's going to stop and look to Captain Valentine and say, now that we know the situation at hand, I feel as though perhaps we should stop by the armory.
Absolutely.
Better safe than sorry. Maybe we'll luck out and find another flamethrower.
I've never been more proud of you than I am in this moment right now.
She's also going to pull out her motion tracker and turn that on.
Okay.
This might benefit us as well.
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right. So you guys are actually going to be heading up this way, and still please make me a mobility check.
I got 1 success.
Got 1 success as well.
Very quietly, like 2 little mice traversing the spaceship. You make it up to vestibule 1. Surprisingly, for the armory, it is open. The door is not locked like you imagine it would have been. Not a whole lot in this room, but you do spot a single Armat M41A pulse rifle.
Ooh.
It seems there is 1 reload left in it. And as you're sort of looking around some more, you do find another case of shotgun shells, which is another reload.
So
Nice.
another 3.
Yes.
All right. She's gonna look to Captain. Should I grab this and we can kind of dole out weapons when we meet up with everybody else?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Christensen, as you sort of lean down to pick up the pulse rifle, it's a little dark in this room, but you catch a glint on the wall of splatter of dried, milky white. Synthetic blood.
She's gonna point it out to Valentine. Looks like our android may have been hurt.
Yeah, that's not good. Hopefully she's intact.
We can hope.
All right. Well, let's get moving. Let's not linger in one spot too long. I want to find this android and...
Do we
Kind
know
of
what the
similar.
air quality is at this point? If the scrubbers have started kicking in?
You want to take off your suit and try?
Fuck
Or
no.
you can find a terminal. There is a
Which,
terminal
there's
back
one
down.
on our way, isn't it?
There's one in the mess hall.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, let's head to the mess hall. I'd like to get a glance at the terminal in there.
Yeah.
Since we're moving through to the other area, if you could just make me another mobility check.
I should have an advantage, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I got 1 success.
I am going to use that advantage. Ooh, I got 1 success.
All right. You make it into the mess hall. It looks as though like the food stores have been like ravaged by a rabid pack of raccoons. Most of the exposed food stores, it's rotten, it's molded, not covered in any egg sacs or spores, luckily. And it looks like you're sort of looking around, you're like, that's a little weird. There's like little origami animals made out of like metallic paper that are sort of interspersed throughout the room. And you almost miss it as you are sort of scanning through the room. There's a silhouetted body slumped against the far wall.
I'm gonna approach it cautiously. I will have my shotgun drawn.
It's a woman, short hair, cropped, just slumped, doesn't make any move as you approach.
Is she kind of like sitting on her butt with her feet out kind of
Yeah.
situation? I'm gonna give her like a really gentle like kick with my boot against her foot.
She doesn't make any move, but just a single bead of milky white comes from the corner of her lip.
Captain Valentine, I think we found our android, Ava.
I'll approach. and sort of give her a once over. I'm cautious to move closer, or too close rather.
And then her head tilts up.
I hate androids.
Hello.
Yeah, I haven't dropped my gun at all. I'm still pointing it at her.
You are not Cronus crew members. Identify yourself.
Captain Reagan Valentine.
Diana Christensen, corporate liaison for Weyland-Yutani. Are you Ava?
Yes, I am Ava.
Are you injured, Ava?
She sort of moves her head to expose sort of right behind her right ear, and you'll see a very nasty head wound that's leaking just white, milky substance.
What happened to you?
Her eyes sort of stare off. You like my birds? She'll sort of look over at the origami. She's damaged. You would need to repair her.
Do I need any tools to repair her?
That is an excellent question. I have to look at page 111 in the core rule book. I don't know if you might need... So you will just need to do a Comtech roll.
I'm gonna lower my weapon and get close to her, and I'm gonna attempt to repair her.
Okay, please make me a Comtech roll. Captain Valentine, if you would wish to assist, Christensen will get a +1.
Yeah, I will do that.
Cool. God. 8 dice total, by the way. 1 success.
This takes you a while. You're sort of fidgeting around with the wires that are sort of poking out of the side of her head that seem to have been ripped from her synthetic skull, managing to twist them together, the correct ones. And as you finish and rest her head back, her eyes almost seem to come back into focus. How may I assist you?
Well, you can start with telling me what happened to you, Ava.
One of the creatures. The neomorphs.
All right. Can you tell us what happened here?
Seems that a hazardous material was brought onto the ship without being properly vetted and quarantined, and then proceeded to infect the rest of the crew, some of which have perished in the aftermath, and some of which who are no longer in cryo. There are creatures now throughout the rest of the ship.
Do you know how many there are currently on the ship? Creatures,
She shakes
that
her
is.
head. Unknown.
Diana's gonna look at Captain Valentine.
It certainly is an answer. Whether it's a good one or not, I'm not sure. But Ava, do you have a way to help us get this power going?
You will
Other than
need
just going
to-
out and
She shakes her head. You will need to fix the comm arrays via a spacewalk, as well as the engines. The reactor room is hazardous and will need to be cleaned in order to get the engines fully functional.
Oh, reactor rooms. Ava,
Is that a cat on your back?
do you like cats, Ava?
Yes, very much so.
Would you like to see the cat?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. I turn around and I show her the cat.
She smiles. How
Do
delightful.
you want to pet the cat?
Oh. Cats usually do not like me. And you see
Um,
Pavi sort of giving her a little from the bubble.
That's valid. Well, I'll pet her for you once we figure out how much air's on this thing.
Ava, are you capable of cleaning the reactor room?
She thinks for a moment. I am not sure. I would need to receive a command from one of the Cronus crew members.
I guess we could bring her over to Medbay.
I think at this point, Diana's gonna pull out her access card that was given to her by the corporate liaison. Ava, I have this from the corporate liaison. I have been given access to Mother. The Cronus crew is currently in quarantine due to the situation at hand.
Interesting. Well, I can certainly help you clean up the reactor room. It might benefit you to know that, for the most part, the creatures do not bother with me. This had been an unfortunate accident. I think it has something to do with my scent as an android.
We operate off of smell, possibly, and hearing.
I think that they are repugnant of synthetic beings.
I have
Well,
no use for them.
Yes,
Yep.
they cannot infect me.
well, if you hang out with me and my friend Diana here, you can look at Pavi all you want.
Yes, I will walk behind you as long as that is okay and does not seem threatening in any way. I shall very much like to gaze upon the cat.
Yeah, her name's Pavi.
Pavi. Short for something.
Yeah. Pavlichenko.
Ah. Female sniper. Interesting.
God, I think I like this android. All right, so here's the deal. We can't just send the rest of my crew around cleaning and doing all these things while we need to get them out on a spacewalk. So, Diana, I guess we're rolling up our sleeves and we're getting into that reactor.
Right. I'd like to take a look, see what the status of the ship is currently. She's gonna
Yeah.
walk over to the comms.
You will note that the CO2 level is rapidly decreasing. You think that, and you will note that also your air supply, you have about 5 minutes left. But it looks that for now, the air seems to be safe. Safe enough where you won't be struggling to breathe. You still note that the comm array is offline, as well as the engines and the reactor. Doesn't seem to have any other lingering effects. The temperature seems to be good as well, with the life support being back online. And the lights still are, they are all on at this point as well. So you're not walking around in the dark or anything.
I think Reagan will look at Diana head on with her hand ready to take her suit off. I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Right, well, seeing that we have about 5 minutes left on our oxygen supply, we don't have much of a choice, though I will be honest in saying that I would like to see if there are any more suits on this ship, just in case. This fungus seems to be airborne from what I understood from XO.
Ava, do you know where any more suits might be?
You might be able to check out Vestibule 2. It was across from the
down hall
armory.
from us.
Let's go.
Let's go take a look.
You
I still
both-
have my motion tracker out this whole time. Have I
It's-
picked anything up?
there's a steady beep, which sort of signifies just normal behavior. You do note whenever Valentine or Ava sort of move in front of you, it does start to beep more rapidly. So that sort of gives you an indication on the noise that you need to look out for.
Okay.
But you both make your way up to Vestibule 2. It is adjacent to the, looks like, escape pods, or at least what used to be escape pods. There are no escape pods remaining. The and inside the EVA suit storage within the vestibule, you will find 2 very bulky red armored EVA suits. They look to be in pretty good shape. Doesn't look like there's much wrong with them.
No spores.
No spores.
Are we just gonna start undressing and changing into these?
Yeah.
I think while we're doing this, Diana's gonna stop and she's gonna look at you and say, those, I guess what I'll call them is antidote that XO was talking about in the med bay.
Hmm.
I found those. I wasn't sure what they were, so I didn't want to alarm the crew with them. But now that I know what they are, perhaps we should inject ourselves to be on the safe side. She looks to Eva to see if she's kind of reacting to this at all.
Ava stares at you for a moment. Inoculations. I would recommend not do that.
Why is that, Ava?
Because the inoculations contain a live specimen to help to counteract the virus, but unknown as to the percentage of success rate, but it is low.
Is this why the doctor didn't take his?
Dr. Cooper was suspicious at best.
Maybe call it a failsafe.
All right. Glad we found you, Ava.
I am also pleased by this situation.
Okay. And she's gonna go back to putting her suit on.
Reagan
Like,
just like, fuck.
that's fucking terrifying.
At least she likes the cat. How's Poppy doing? Can I like look at her in your little bubble? Like, what are you doing?
She's kind of like on her back as soon as you like to start looking at her. She craves the
Let me
tummy
love you.
rubs.
Can okay, I'm gonna reach in there. I'm gonna stick my little hand in. I'm gonna
She lures you into a false sense of security and she starts to like scratch at you.
Pull my hand back out.
And then she does it again, thinking she can get you twice.
You're an asshole. Yeah. And then continue to peck up. It's like, and she's good in there. Like she's okay to hang
Yeah,
out.
she's
and
comfy,
stuff.
dude. She's cozy.
Okay, I'm gonna give her a tin of cat food, so she's gonna have that as a little treat.
She starts like gross cat noises. Yeah. Yeah. And on that note, we will be taking a break. I think that's the perfect spot to end it. So
Slurping
we will be,
noises,
yeah,
guys.
slurping noises. So we will be right back. We'll take a little 5-10er, and we will see how our crew fares with a spacewalk and cleaning the reactor room. Be right back. Hello.
Fart noise.
Oh my Christ. How easily I just lose control of the entire situation. So we left off with cat noises. And we're going to pick up with Davis, Hames, and Riskin. What are you three doing?
Well, we were told
talk
to
at
go
once.
outside. So I suppose we're going outside. We're going on a spacewalk.
Yep.
We will grab
God
our
we don't have-
tools. Oh, sorry.
Since I thank God we don't have to touch grass.
After that. I suppose we'll grab tools and head for the, I don't know. What's the easiest or best way off this ship? The hole we cut in the side of it, maybe?
Yeah.
Ideal.
Well,
Okay. So you do know that once you go to the junction, there is going to be like a little latch thing that you can latch onto your suit. You know, so you don't float away into space, because that would be a nightmare. Goodbye.
so long.
You just see Sammy just floating by the bridge window.
I
What are you
fucking
doing
hate
out
you
there?
guys.
Fuck you.
So yeah, you guys can make your way to the junction and sort of latch yourselves on. There are, I imagine there's probably 4 little things to latch yourselves onto. So with 3 of you, no issues there. So you do know that the engines, you're going to need to sort of make your way to each engine pod, which will require 4 turns of work. And it will also require a Comtech roll. So pick... Now, if you want, it's going to take longer, but all of you can go and do the engines at the same time, and you will get the bonus to the Comtech roll. Or you can all split off, and one of you can go do the engines, and then 2 of you might be able to do like the comm array. I lied. The engines are a heavy machinery roll. My bad. The comm array is a Comtech roll.
Okay, but there's 4 pods on the engines we need to fix.
Yeah. So you're going to need to make. Actually, you're only going to have to do 3, because there are currently issues with 3 of the engines,
Oh, good.
not 4. Look at you.
Oh, everything's coming up, Sammy. Okay. Well, even though the scrubbers were a bit of a mess, I think might be better to divide and conquer here, at least.
Sounds
in
good.
teams.
So
I'm
who is
gonna
going
tell-
to do what?
I'm better at Comtech.
I'll
Who's
start
gonna get-
to one of the engines.
It's really, you're kind of walking on the side of the.
I know, but I like to think that.
All right, so you're
Who's doing this as he's walking?
Hames is swimming.
I know you don't like being outside, but I don't know that the
It helps
swimming
calms
notion-
my nerves.
Oh,
You know this, Sammy.
I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry. Well, I didn't actually know that. That's the first time I've ever seen you in space. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna go to one engine. I'm gonna point, and I'm actually gonna bring Abigale with me to the engine I go to, and I am going to point at the other one. Quinn, you get that one. I'll get this one. We'll tag team the third one.
Sounds
Okay,
good,
so
brother.
I will say that you guys have gone around to engine pod 1 and engine pod 3. Those are 2 on that side that are currently not super functional. And then engine pod 4 is the other one that you will need to repair. So if you're working on engine pod 1, Hames is working on engine pod 3. So you can, Mournian, you can go ahead and give me a heavy machinery roll with a +1, because Abigale is helping you with that one. And then Hames, if you want to give me a heavy machinery roll for your engine pod.
I'm here for the vibes.
Do I also roll stress?
Yes.
3 successes and then a 2 and a 5 on the stress dice.
Okay.
3 successes and no ones.
Okay. This takes about an hour of work. So you guys are outside for quite a bit, and you just finish up the first 2 engines. Now, at this point, one of you can split off and go do engine pod 4, and then the other 2 can go do the comm array. Or 2 of you can go to the engine pod and 1 can go to the comm array if you want to save some time.
Sammy, I can just go. I can go knock out pod 4 if you wanna tag team the comm array.
See, space ain't so bad.
He's just you look over and he's swimming again.
Never mind. All right, sounds good.
Just let him. He's fine.
I'm not.
I'm
He's
Gonna,
not lying.
Out of my mind, Sammy.
you have. I am so proud of you. Such a big boy.
Okay.
All right.
So, which of Davis and Riskin, who is going to make the Comtech roll?
I'm much better with heavy machinery than
Comtech, I have 6.
All right, so you'll get 7 with Sammy's help.
Oogie.
No stress or anything, but don't mess this up.
Don't fuck this up. You have no other way to get home.
Oh boy.
2 successes.
Okay, and you still have 1 stress, right?
Yes.
Roll your stress die.
4.
Okay. So this is going to take significantly longer. So as Hames goes off to work on engine pod 4, actually, I'm gonna say because both of you are working on it, it's probably gonna take the same amount of time. It's gonna take another hour. So you guys are out 2 hours out there making repairs. Hames, please roll me a heavy machinery roll.
Can I just use my auto success?
Yes.
Don't fuck this up.
I was saving him for this one.
I like it.
Davis and Riskin, if you could please roll me a mobility check.
Well, that's not very good for Riskin. He's a stout little buddy.
It's gonna be 4 successes.
Okay.
So I got a success
Yay!
and a 1 on a stress die.
I'm not even going to bother rolling then. Roll me a d6.
I don't really want to.
I'll fix it with a forehead kiss, whatever happens.
I don't think that'll work. That's
Sammy,
a 3.
remember earlier when you said
Don't fuck it up.
late side? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to make sure that was not a loss on you.
I'm pretty sure as I'm floating off into space, that's going to continue ringing through my head.
You are working rather diligently on the comm array. And sorry, I'm taking the rhinestones off of my eyes because I keep scratching at them.
What rhinestone? You mean the paid actors?
My paid actors, yeah. You are just finishing up fixing the comm array when you notice something on the outer hull. Curled up. Almost looks gelatinous cow. Mottled gray skin. Elongated arms. There's a creature staring at you. Valentine and Christensen, Please make me a mobility roll, as you have to go down to deck C in order to access the reactor. That is still what we're doing, correct? You're going down to deck C?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I got 2 successes.
I'm
Alright.
going to use one of my advantages on this roll.
Okay.
I got 1 success.
Okay. Again, you are quiet. And you make your way to the reactor room. Or rather, the reactor relay control room, which you will need to move through in order to get to the reactor room. And the only lighting here comes from the open access port on the reactor relay. It glows a dull pale blue, casting long and deep shadows. It looks like something has torn up the furniture, and loose equipment seems to be built into a bizarre nest in here. There's piles of debris. And as you're looking, you note a crumpled up spacesuit. Its filthy helmet is mostly fogged up, and the tattered suit looks like it was set on fire at one point. Christensen? Your motion sensor is pinging quite rapidly.
I am going to start stepping backwards while pulling out the pulse rifle and kind of like side glancing Valentine. I assume she can hear this going off as well.
I'm backing up with you and drawing the bolt gun.
You do know, if you miss a shot in this room, that could be very detrimental. So you do not want to miss. Would you like to fire?
Do I see anything to fire at?
Spacesuit.
I would
You look
like
closer.
to fire at
You look closer at it. It's a creature not like the one that you had seen before. It's almost similar, but bigger, much larger. And it looks like its body is sort of contorted and its limbs are sort of folded up into its torso. The helmet, it's actually a bulbous head. And you're a little bit confused as to why the motion sensor pinged off, but then you note the subtle rise and fall as it breathes. It seems like it's sleeping.
Ooh. Okay. How close are we to the door on this?
So you're already in the room. You rolled your mobility. Your mobilities were quite good. So and you passed the check. And he's sleeping. So you imagine if you started to, you think that you're like, maybe we could attempt to just try to clean up the area. But you think that if you start to move things around in the room, it's going to wake it.
I'm going to look at Valentine and I'm going to do one of these and nod to keep going backwards out the door.
Yep.
And if we can make it out of the door, I'm going to shut that door and lock it.
Okay. You do know that you're going to have to be in this room. You're going to have to clean up the area in this room in order to get the engines working. So where the thing is,
someone has a flamethrower.
Yeah. Fire.
So you're going to wait until you have some backup then.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Okay. Where would you like to go then?
We do successfully lock this door.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at Valentine.
Yeah.
Our guys are still out. I can't think of anything else that we need to do that we're waiting for. We could just hold it down here, make sure this thing doesn't go anywhere, wait for our guys to get back in, take care of the
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. I can radio over to them and
Yeah.
see if I can get an ETA.
Christensen,
Hey,
the motion sensor starts to ping from behind you now.
Fuck.
You note that there is a vent that sort of trails up the sides of the walls. And you
still
do
have
know
Ava with us.
a creature disappeared into the vent.
You got that shotgun, buddy?
She's actually still has her pulse rifle drawn right now. So she's gonna train the pulse rifle on that vent right now.
You hear sort of a rattling. It's like something scampering. And the vent bursts open. Sammy and Abigale. The creature starts to move towards you. Its head is bulbous, its skin is mottled in gray. Doesn't seem to be affected by the environment of space around it as it moves towards you. I need you to roll me a d10.
Have any of those ready? That's a 10 for me.
Okay.
Boy, I wish we had some kind of weaponry.
6?
We're going to start with Abigale.
Oh boy.
Abigale, you see this thing moving towards you. What would you like to do?
I mean, I got an axe, so I can't. I guess just move back till we're away from the array.
So you're able to move, if you want to start moving back towards the junction, you're able to do so. It's going to take you about 3 turns to get back into the junction, into the ship.
I'm just gonna try to move as far back as I
Alright.
can.
It is going to... It sees you move away from it, and it's going to go after Sammy. It is going to... Oddly, it's going to attempt to try to pounce on you. It's going to... base dice. And forgive me, I am not super familiar with the combat system for this game, but we're gonna try it out.
First blood.
First blood.
Lord.
So it rolled 1 success. Do you have any armor on you, Sammy?
Well, I mean, no. I have a tool belt. I do have resilient, however.
Okay. What does that do?
So I can
Tell
roll
the
for
audience.
strength attribute only anytime you suffer damage. So it would have to hit me, but for every 6 I roll, 1 point of damage is eliminated.
Okay, so as it pounces on you, I need you to make me a panic roll.
Oh boy.
And do you have anything in your hands?
I may have a cutting torch. I don't know if I would need it for the Comtech array, but
I'm gonna say you would not have that in your hands for the Comtech.
okay. And just, for the audience, how does one make a panic roll again?
Panic, you just do roll me a d6. Sorry.
Big money, no whammies. 1.
Okay. You take 1 damage as it tries to pounce on you, and it only manages to swipe its claws against you. But you need to move. It has just penetrated through your suit.
Can I try to roll resilient to stop that damage?
No, it would have done 2 damage. You did the resilience, so it only did 1.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna try to just get the hell out of there. Can I try to kick it off? Does it seem like gravity's affecting this thing at all? Like
It is, physics is physics. You might be able to kind of kick it. It seems like it's that first go as it tried to pounce on you, it's like back claws are sort of digging into the hull of the ship, almost trying to find some sort of purchase. You think that if you try to kick it, it might lose all sort of grip and sort of just float off.
I'm gonna try to kick it.
All right. So roll I think we're just going to use straight strength for that. So roll me a straight strength.
One success.
Okay. So it rolled, it has 2 successes, so you don't manage to kick it off. Would you like to move?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You are moving. Abigale, are you still moving?
Yep.
Would
As long
anyone
as
like
it's
to
coming.
inform Hames of what is happening?
Yes. I forgot he was around.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just tell him what's going on.
Getting attacked by a creature on the outside, in the outside of space, literally his worst nightmare.
He goopy.
I'm a little busy at the moment.
Truly.
All right, and then you move another zone, Abigale, so you are 1 turn closer to the junction. The creature, having just almost been on the receiving end of a kick from you, it is going to... Let's
Not
see.
looking good for Sammy, guys.
It is going to attempt to strike out against you with its claw.
Can't we all just be friends here?
Can we be friends? And it's going to miss.
Thank God.
The lack of gravity is really fucking it up as it's trying to get to you. Sammy, it's your turn.
Run!
All right. Abigale, in this next turn, you make it to the junction, and you are looking out, watching. You're basically watching as this creature is following after Sammy. It's a little clumsy in its dealings, but you're watching as this happening, and there's nothing that you can do.
Okay. I was gonna say if I could like hold out my hand to bring him in.
He's too far away. You can pull the rope.
Yeah,
Tether.
I'm gonna do that.
Give me a strength roll.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
it'd be
I'm
nice
working
if
on
we had
this.
some grenades right about now.
Because that's always a good idea. Grenades in space.
Yeah, I
You
was
know
gonna
what?
say at our engine or at our comms. Strength, right?
Mhm.
If only there had been an AK propped against the wall.
For real. Why couldn't I walk into a room with a pulse laser on the wall?
1 success.
1 success? Okay. I'm going to say that in the next turn for you, Sammy, you're going to be able to move 2 zones. So that's going to get you into the junction.
Well,
Hames, please roll me a d10.
good luck, bud.
I believe in you.
I will remember you.
And I think that is a creature giving everyone advantage.
I really
And-
could have used that earlier.
Okay, you're going to move on Sammy's turn as well. Sammy, with the help of your dear crewmate Abigale, you feel the tug as she is hauling back with all of the strength that she has, and you feel yourself being propelled forward faster, and it's almost like you feel the claw just graze your back, and you're starting to lose your breath now, as the oxygen is slowly being depleted from your suit. Quinn, what are you doing, having received a message that there is a monster on the outside of the ship attacking your two crewmates?
I mean, I would have probably already been trying to make my way back since I fixed the last engine.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume that they had the other thing.
The comm array, yeah.
Yeah, I figured they were probably tag teaming that pretty good. So I was probably making my way. But hearing that they're in trouble, he will start moving towards them.
So you're essentially coming around the other side of the ship while they were coming around. You're coming around the right side of the ship while they were coming around the left side of the ship. And as you round the one corner to get to the junction, you see the creature. And you see it close on Sammy's heels. And you're realizing the problem here is if it doesn't fuck off somewhere, you're not sure how you're going to get back onto the ship without it also getting back onto the ship with you.
So he will try and get as much swim speed as he can, and then turn around and just with both of his feet try and kick the thing.
Okay. Roll me a strength.
And can I use advantage on that?
Yes.
Huge. Fuck, that's only one success.
It rolled 0 successes. So, as you do a 1970s Godzilla move with both feet out, you ram it in the chest with as much force as you're able to muster in space. And it loses its grip. And you see it sort of flail a little bit as it tries to find hold again. And it does about 20 feet away. It grabs onto one of the metal parts of the engine that seems to have been damaged in some way that you guys had been repairing. But you are all three at the junction at this point, and it is about to start to make its way back towards you. You think that you have enough time to probably get back into the ship if you are quick. And I'm going to have everyone roll a mobility check.
Oh boy. Mobility's not my strong suit, guys.
No successes.
Fuck me. I got a 1 on a stress die.
Roll me a d6.
4.
It's gonna be 3 successes. I'm really good at going fast.
You gotta go fast. So Hames, you're trying to get back into the junction, to get back into the ship, and your suit gets caught on one of the fragments of the door that you guys had cut open when you first got onto the Cronus. And you are stuck. Sammy, you have a choice here. You can help Quinn, or you can get to safety.
Oh shit. Oh, okay.
Do I know that Sammy's suit is a little ripped? Out of curiosity.
You would not know that.
He's gonna try to get Quinn unstuck.
Please roll me a I'm gonna just say a straight strength roll.
Stress again as well.
Yep.
Fuck me.
Stress is included with every roll.
1 success. No stress.
You hear the tear of Quinn's suit as you rip him off of the edge that he had been stuck on, just as claws perch themselves on the edges of the torn open hull. And the bulbous head peeks over. You see the teeth. Valentine and Christensen.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Fine, I'm fine.
There is a creature crawling out of the vent towards you. And it sniffs the air. You both are in suits. Ava's the only one not in a suit. It's very tense as it sniffs once, twice. Its eyes, or eyelessness, you think that if it had eyes, it'd be looking at you. From each and every one of you, from Valentine to Christensen to Ava. And it lingers on Ava for a second and tilts its head, as if confused. And then in a scramble, it scurries away back into the vent, and you can hear the rattling as it disappears once more.
Who pissed my pants?
I'm gonna look around me, and is there anything that in the nearby vicinity that I see that I can maybe try to cover this vent with?
I'm gonna say you don't have the cutting torch, right?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say there might be a scrap, like probably a scrap of metal. That might be able to cover it, but you're gonna have to find some way to situate it onto the wall, which might be the problem. And it also, if you fuck with the vent, you think that it might draw its attention back towards you guys.
Right. I'm gonna look to Valentine. You wanna check in with your crew?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Not great. Well, currently they're outside being chased by a monster. I'm trying to pull them in, but it's getting dicey. It's getting dicey for sure.
You're gonna hear. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say fire doesn't work in space.
You're gonna hear Diana come over the comms and say, whatever you do, make sure we have that flamethrower, because we're gonna need it.
Yeah. Yeah, we do need it.
Well, we'll keep that in mind as we're running away.
Sammy, I need you to make me a stamina roll.
Well, that's just out of nowhere and not terrifying at all. Everything's great, guys.
We're gonna need you all down at the reactor as soon as possible.
A little bit of an issue. 2 successes, no stress.
Okay. The creature starts to crawl into the junction with you all. What would you like to do?
Can I, push Sammy into the ship and using, the momentum, push myself towards The bug.
Are you assuming it's a bug?
Yeah, it's a bug. It's a bug.
Bug
Still in
shot.
oil.
It needs to think it's a bug, okay? It's just a really big bug. It's a bug.
Everyone got
It's a
another
glorious
advantage
bug.
from creature.
Thank
Thank you, Quita.
Creature.
Thank you.
Sure, give me a strength roll, but you're going to do it at -2.
Can I use one of those to negate that?
Yes,
It's
so
just
then
a
you'll do it at -1.
One success.
Sammy, you feel yourself getting pushed into the ship. And you watch as Quinn floats towards the creature. Quinn, I need you to make me a stamina roll. Your suit is ripped.
One success.
The creature goes to grab you, trying to pull you towards it. Make me a mobility roll.
No success.
I was gonna ask, is there any way I can like axe its arms off?
Sure.
I wanna try
It
that.
grabs at Quinn. Go ahead and make me a strength roll, Abigale.
Can I auto succeed on this?
You sure can.
Would like to do that.
You drive an axe into one of its arms, and it lets out a screech that you cannot hear. You're in space. No one can hear
No
you
one can
scream
hear
in
you
space. And it pulls one arm back, but it still has a grip on Quinn with the other. Quinn, I need you to make me another stamina roll.
Is he still tethered?
Yes.
Can I grab the rope and pull?
Mhm.
I would like to do that whenever. I don't
Bro,
like
he's
look at that.
nice. He's nice.
Bro, just online
No
dice it,
successes?
man.
No successes.
Quinn, you feel yourself losing consciousness as your air supply dissipates. And your vision starts to blur and go dark as you gasp for a breath that does not come. And the last sensation you feel is the tug of the tether around your waist. And the last thing you see is the bulbous head with gnashing teeth in front of you. Sammy and Abigale, you watch as Quinn goes limp. Sammy, roll me a strength.
Can I try to axe its other arm?
Once I have Sammy's results.
2 success, no stress.
Okay. Abigale, roll me the axe.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna use one of my advantages because that's just smart at this point. I'm gonna use one of these. That's gonna be 2 successes.
You bring down the axe on its other arm, and it doesn't sever it, but it does cause it to pause and to let go, just in time for Sammy to pull Quinn's body to you guys. Abigale, make me a mobility roll to see if you can get out of the area,
I'm good at
since you are
those.
in melee with it.
Okay, that one, and then 2 more. I'm gonna add an advantage in there.
Okay.
For security. 1, 2, 3. Is that a 6? Yes.
Okay.
This dice is ugly. So 3 successes.
Okay.
I'm taking this dice out. It's ugly.
You are surprisingly agile in this anti-gravity sort of situation. And as the creature is sort of almost too busy being shocked that you've injured it in some way, all 3 of you manage to make it back into the ship. Quinn's body falling lifeless on the ground.
Can I try to get the suit off of him?
Yep.
Or at least the helmet.
You gonna give him mouth to mouth?
No.
Poor
I have
Quinn,
a
dude.
med kit.
I have a med kit as well. I would like to try to. use
So a med kit is not going to be enough.
Abigail, give him mouth to mouth.
No. She doesn't know how.
Wrong.
Why me?
We're best
I'll
buds.
I'll give him mouth to mouth. I'm gonna
I'm
do
just-
this though.
I'm just kidding.
No, I'm going like this.
as you take the helmet off of him, he gasps for breath. As you guys are back inside the pressurized hull of the Cronus. And there's a vibration. You look to the side at the door. Through the window. You see the creature pounding, clawing, scraping against the door, trying to get into you. What would you like to do?
Can I piss myself?
Yeah, free action.
Yeah.
Okay. Free action. I'm
so
gonna piss myself.
I also want to do that.
I mean, at this moment, Sammy's gonna bend down and kind of check Quinn. Is he alert at all, or still kind of out of it, or?
He seems to be like unconscious at this point.
Sammy's gonna pick him up, and they're gonna. He's just gonna run.
I would like to be unconscious.
You can remain so.
That's fine. Also, welcome on in, Folk and Myth, with the party of 17. I can read, I swear. Hi, guys. Welcome on in. I just put my players through some trauma. They're fine.
I can't read.
Welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. How was your game? If you guys didn't know, please go follow Folk and Myth. We're over on that channel, usually on Fridays, playing some Vampire, but they were playing some Alien as well. So that's fun.
Did anyone
Alien
die
all
over
around.
there?
Who died? Let me
Yeah.
know. 50% fatality. I love that.
Whoa.
We gotta up those numbers, baby. We gotta up those numbers.
Those are rookie
Get
numbers.
them up, Bleak.
We should
Get
aim
'em
for
up.
100.
Yep.
Don't worry, my goal is to have everyone dead by the next session, so.
Not
Spoilers.
everyone.
No, the cat's gonna make it. Pavi will be fine.
That's
She has a
my
sequel
only.
to live in.
That's my only contingency.
She'll have Ava to take care of her.
Oh my God, they could be best friends forever.
Anyway, what would you all like to do now? You're carrying Quinn unconscious.
Sammy is. Just for a clarification on the map, where are we?
You guys are on deck A.
At Junction A1, right?
Yep, Junction A1. You're that is so far as you know the only way in and out of the ship.
Great.
Um,
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, can we radio?
Yep.
To the others. Slight problem. Quinn is alive but unconscious. Abigail and I just survived some sort of creature, and it's currently trying to, and almost being successful in getting in the ship.
Do you have the flamethrower, Riskin?
Technically, Sammy has it, or I'm sorry, technically Quinn has it, yeah.
Okay, well, take it off of him, bud. Then you have it.
Okay, and then what?
If, I'm gonna tell Sammy I can run it to them. I'm pretty quiet.
Sure, they already have all the other weapons. Why not give them the last one we have?
Yeah. Yeah, you also thought about that, didn't you?
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
No, you're not taking it anywhere.
We'll give you a gun in exchange.
Okay, then bring it here.
Meet us halfway.
Made us most of the way.
I think we need to really think about this, crew. These things can track us from our mobility, from hearing us, scent. We need to be very careful and very quiet right now. Look, what kind of state is Hames in?
I'm not a
Asleep.
fucking doctor. He's unconscious. He ran out of oxygen when the monster, whatever the fuck that thing was, cut his suit open.
Do we know if any of those med pods were working?
You did not check.
All right. Give me the shotgun. And I'm going to check a med pod then.
You do know. Cronus crew is in the med bay, which you have to go through to get to the med pods.
Yeah. That's why I want the shotgun.
Diana's gonna look at you and... You're not leaving me down here alone.
All right, well, give me the shotgun and come with me.
You would not be alone. I would be here with you.
Yeah, you got Ava.
Like,
You're so safe with Ava right now, Diana.
She actually probably would be safer
Yeah.
than anything else.
But unnerved and traumatized.
unbelievably unnerved.
All right, well, come on, let's go.
All right, you've got a point though. Two of us moving is going to be a lot louder than one of us. She's going to take the shotgun and hand it to you with all of the rounds. So you have 6 shots.
Mm. All right.
Look, get him in the med pod. Get everybody else down here. We need to take care of this situation. We need to get the Cronus moving.
Yep. Listen, she's gonna take her backpack off with Poppy and hand it over to you. Nothing in this world means more to me than this fucking stupid fat cat. I am trusting you with her tiny little life. If anything happens to me and I turn into one of those creatures, you are now responsible for this cat, Diana. This is my only contingency. If you do not come take care of this cat, I will haunt you forever and ever, and it'll be way worse than anything Ava could ever say that is oddly polite, but oddly strange.
Should I be quiet?
You're fine, Ava.
Oh.
Do you understand me, Diana?
Heard, Captain Valentine.
Excellent. She's going to pass Poppy backpack to you.
She's gonna put the Poppy backpack on.
She likes it when you sing to her, and she also likes it when you tell her she's a pretty kitty. And you have to pet her belly 3 times a day, and like you just see like Reagan's like bloody hands, and like scarred hands from petting Poppy's belly. And then she's gonna take the shotgun and say, "Okay, bye," and get on the comms. Come on, y'all meet me with Quinn down at the med bay. I'm gonna get him in a pod, and I need that flamethrower.
Switch
We'll be
over to
there.
the map view. Who is going to the med bay to meet Captain Valentine?
I will.
Obviously you are. You're unconscious. You don't have a
You
choice.
Stupid idiot.
You shut your face.
Abigail, can you take him? I'm gonna see if I can barricade this area.
Yes, sir. Don't you tell him that I was willing to mouth. That stays between you and me.
Okay.
Is this over the comms?
Yeah, you guys hear this?
Accidentally, yes.
I'm telling him.
All right, I may have kept the button pushed, but that's my bad. Please don't tell him. And I will take Quinn and go to the med bay.
And the flamethrower?
And the
It's
flamethrower.
on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once they leave, Sammy wants to try to fix his spacesuit.
Contact roll.
Oh, that's gonna go great. Watch me stress out and die trying to fix the fucking suit.
Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna give. Oh, I was gonna give you some minuses, maybe. No successes. You are unable to fix your suit. I have a feeling that you're gonna dare another spacewalk. You're gonna have to find another suit. But you do know that the air on the ship is breathable, at least for now.
Can you try to like bandage up the area where the alien got to him?
Yep. If you want to use, I think
I have
you
two
have
med kits.
If you want to use your med kit, one of the med kits, that'll reduce that damage, and you'll be back to full health.
Alrighty.
Abigail, if you could please make me a mobility roll as you make your way, and Captain Reagan as well.
I will be using an advantage.
Okay.
I got 1 success out of 5, just so you can.
Remember when Joel rolled 10 dice and got no success?
How many stress ones have you gotten today, Mournian?
That's gonna be.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
That's gonna be 5 successes and no stress.
Jesus Christ.
I'm fucking good at these, man.
You speedy little guy, dude.
I fucking Sonic. Fuck y'all. Can't fucking catch me.
Her feet are just
Violent but
moving in a
deadly.
circle. Abigail and Captain Valentine, you arrive at the med lab almost at this exact same time. Captain Valentine, you do note the state of Quinn. His helmet is off. He is breathing shallow, but he is breathing. He is unconscious at this point. What would you like to do as you arrive outside of the med bay?
I'm gonna look inside the window and sort of tap on it again to get Exo's attention.
He looks at you. What happened?
I've got an injured man. I need to know if your med pods are functioning.
I can, Flynn, go check, and Dr. Flynn will go over and check. Let me check as well. Hee hee.
Hee hoo hoo.
There's 2 med pods. One of them seems to be functional-ish. It's kind of unsanitary. I don't know if he doesn't have any like open wounds, does he?
Does he? He does. Yeah. He does.
He could get sepsis or something. So I don't know if we really want to put him into one of those.
Fuck. Is there any way we can clean it? Or something?
The corporate at this point. How about you let us out, since it seems that we're all relatively fine, and you can clean it up to treat your own crew member.
How about corporate? No. How about I'm allowing you to live? I'm protecting my crew. You can either help me or die in here.
Well, I
Kind of
guess-
your option.
I guess your crew member is going to die then, huh?
She's gonna look back at XO. I don't like her.
He kind of...
Johns, you
I don't
gonna
like
help
doing
me or
anything.
not, buddy?
Listen, I can't risk my crew either.
Officer to officer. You gonna let me let my man die here?
How about you just let myself and Flynn out?
Can't do that, buddy. Here. I have the suit on still, so here's my solution then, Johns. I come in there, I clean it, I put my guy in there, you let him heal up, then I'll come check in on him in a bit.
He seems to like look over to Flynn, and Flynn like nods. Fine.
All right. I want all of you to back up away from the door.
I do.
Davis, I need you to come in with me.
Holding the gun or holding the boy?
Hold the boy. I've got the gun.
All right.
All right.
Do they not understand they're safer in here than out there?
I don't know, man. It doesn't fucking matter, man. All right, I'm opening the door, and she has the shotgun out and raised.
Okay.
And she's gonna nod for Davis to pull Quinn into there. And she's gonna, well, before she does it, she does want to take the flamethrower
Mm-hmm.
and sort of leave it out in the hall, away from everybody else.
So you're doing it so like they didn't see that you had it, right?
Yeah.
Just make me a mobility roll for that.
Sneaky.
Big sneakums.
Where's my mobility? There it is. No successes.
Clayton catches sight of you. She doesn't know that it's the flamethrower, but she does catch sight just as you sort of tilt out of view of the window, almost as though you're sort of leaning down to prop something up against the wall outside. But you enter through the med lab. The four members of the Cronus they're sort of huddled to the back of the med lab, kind of giving you guys a wide berth.
All right.
If I like bandage his wounds just a little bit, would that like help him not get sepsis?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then.
Make me there's a med roll, right? Medical aid roll.
Medical
Make
aid,
me-
yeah.
Yep, make me that.
Okay.
Is that, do you want, I'm just going to keep the gun up, and I have it pointed not directly at them, but ready to be pointed at them.
Fair enough.
I practice.
I'm gonna use an advantage because it's not great for me.
I think if you use your med kit, you get a +2, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
use
so
the
I'm
med
gonna
kit,
add
you get a
2 to those.
+2. But it's one-time use only.
Okay, I have 2 of them, so I'm good. Yeah, that's gonna be 1 success. Thank
Great.
God.
So you managed to wrap up the wounds they're actually on Quinn's arms from where he was being grabbed, where the creature had dug his claws into Quinn. You managed to wrap him up. And as you're doing that, Reed, the sergeant, you notice it out of the corner of your eye. Like he's pacing back and forth, mumbling to himself. And this doesn't only draw your attention, it draws the attention of his roommates as well. And John's sort of backing up a little bit with Flynn. Reed, you alright? And Reed stops in his pacing and whips his head over to John's. Why won't they let us out? Why won't they let us out? And he looks to you two. And he starts walking towards you. What would you like to do?
How's your head, bud?
What?
I'm gonna shoot him in the head.
Roll.
I'm rolling strength or agility.
It should be agility, I think.
Okay. Okay. 1 success. Please roll badly.
Your aim's a little shaky. And Reed can feel the bullet whiz past his head. And you think a normal person, that might have stopped them in their tracks. That might have prevented them from advancing. But you see the cold rage on Reed's face as he lunges towards you, Captain Valentine. And he's trying to, it's almost he's trying to grapple you. He's trying to grab anything that he can on you. And he can't really find purchase. Not with the bulkiness of your suit. And I need you to make me a panic roll. So roll me a d6.
I got a 1.
Okay. This isn't the first time you've sort of been attacked by another officer, another soldier. Not your first rodeo. What would you like to do?
Can I hit him in the head with the shotgun, with the butt of the shotgun? And that'd be a
That's good.
close
That's gonna be a
combat.
strength. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's my better. Anyway, that's 2 successes.
You hit him in the side of the head, and he falls to the ground. And there is just, it's like a manic look as you see him start to change almost. You see his limbs start to descend, becoming pliable. And his skin takes on a pallor that is not human-like. And he growls at you, "Let me out."
You need to chill the fuck out, man. And I'm gonna try and shoot him again.
Roll for it.
As I'm doing
Give me a +2 because he is right in front of your face.
Yeah, okay. As I'm doing this, I want to call out to Abigale to get the fuck out. That is 1 success.
What's the damage on that shotgun?
I would love to tell you. Where is it? I don't know. Oh, there it is. It should be 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. As I scroll through everything.
Scrolling.
Rolling. He takes it. And it just right into his chest. And you think, surely that will knock him down. It doesn't. And he gets up again, reiterating, "Let me out!"
Fire, Abigail.
All right. I'll run out and I guess I'll shoot him with the fire. I thought we only had one canister left.
Oh.
It was two.
Actually, can
I used one.
Yeah. Do I still have the fire axe or just the axe?
You have the axe, yeah.
Can I dome him?
Go for it.
I'm gonna fucking dome this guy.
Get him.
I assume that's just strength.
Yeah.
Okay. One success. All right.
Okay. What's
We'll take
the damage on that?
I never got told.
Hold on. I have
yeah.
it up here. I have it pulled up already. It's not on here.
Yeah, it's not on the list.
Yeah, because that's just like a thing I just gave to Jay. Because everyone else took all of the weapons from her.
The cool
I got-
stuff.
Everyone got everything cool.
I'm gonna say it's 1 damage.
Okay, I'll just add it in.
You stick the axe in his head, and he turns to look at you. Is the door open?
I would have closed it behind us.
Okay. And at this point, he is going to swipe at Abigale.
I'm a little tricky boy.
And get no successes. What would you like to do, Captain Valentine?
Oh, fuck me, right. So I'm going to shoot him again.
Okay.
A third time. Just a straight. No added bonuses.
Give me a +2 to that.
Okay. I am aiming for his head.
Okay.
That is 1 success.
Okay. You... Just double checking. You level your shotgun right as he goes to swipe at Abigale again. And brain matter splattering across the floor shouldn't bring you such relief, but it does as his body slumps to the floor. And there is quiet as the Cronus crew members stare on in disbelief.
I think I'm going to stand up to my full height and very pointedly look at the corpo. Stay the fuck out of my way. And I'm going to start dragging Quinn towards that med pod.
You notice something as you're staring at, as you sort of look at Clayton. There is a coldness in which she regards her fallen crewmate. Almost like she's staring at him like he was weak.
I'm going to note this mentally, and I'm going to look back at Abigale as I'm dragging Quinn to the med pod. Do I get him in okay?
Yeah, you're able to get him in. It takes a little bit of time. What really needs to happen is his blood needs to be like oxygenated again, and the med pod is going to be able to do that.
I'm going to look back at Abigale very briefly, and I'm going to look at the rest of the Cronus crew. I'm going to make this very clear. I've taken over this ship as captain. If anything happens to my friend in there, I'll skin all of you alive. Anybody else with symptoms? Anybody else with agitation, headaches, whatever? Anything seems off. You sort that amongst yourselves, and I expect there to be blood. I hope I made myself clear.
They're quiet. You imagine losing 2 of their crewmates in the span of a couple of hours has taken their toll. And there's hesitation in you, Captain Valentine, in leaving Quinn here because of something that Ava said about the inoculations.
I don't really have a choice. John's?
Yeah.
You have a way to contact me through comms?
I don't.
Alright, I'm gonna figure that one out. Anybody else feels funny? And I trust your judgment. Is that a fair assessment, Johns?
Yep.
Alright. Let's get out of here, Abigail.
Before I leave, they're in the med lab. We are putting him in the med pods, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a door there?
There is a door. But if
Can
you
I
lock
lock
it, he will not be able to get out.
Hmm. Dang it. Okay.
Do we know about how long this process would take in the med pod?
I'm gonna say probably a half an hour.
Alright. I'll be back in 15 minutes.
I was gonna say, can I set a timer?
Yeah.
Like, go into the machine
Yeah.
and actually get it to
Yeah.
like
You'll be able to do that.
lock,
It's
like
the
lock
future.
and then unlock. Do I have to make any?
Make a contact roll.
I'm doing this for somebody I definitely wasn't gonna give mouth to mouth to. So, okay, that's 3 successes. Damn. Fuck.
You're able to set the timer, set it to everything that you know Quinn will need. And do you depart?
Yep. And I'm picking up that flamethrower.
Okay.
And I'm locking them back in again.
All right. Give me one moment.
Okay.
If you could
I'll
roll
be
me an observation check. Both Abigale and Reagan observation.
I was muted. I got 1.
Okay.
Observation. Where is it? Okay. That is not the right one. Okay. 5. Yeah. That's gonna be 2. Barely.
2?
Yeah.
Okay. You lock them in there. Where are you going?
I'm taking that flamethrower down to the reactor.
Okay.
I'm taking the shotgun to Sammy.
All right. As you both split ways, one heading up to deck A and one heading down to deck C. That is where we're going to end it for today.
Ooh.
Teehee.
That was crazy.
That was a little bit of a close call for you guys.
A little bit.
Little bit of a close call. We'll go ahead and we're gonna go around the table again. Tell us who you are, if you got anything going on. If you have a fun fact, feel free to share a fun fact. We'll start with Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. I play Abigale, and she's here, and she's trying to help. You can find me on all social medias at TheYellowCubess, and assuming everything goes right, you should be able to catch me on my Twitch channel at TheYellowCubess. Add an extra S in there. Yeah, I should be playing some For the King because I'm trying to finish that and start the second one. And also I'm here usually Saturdays, but this time around Fridays.
We're on a break.
You can find me here. We're on a break, but it's okay. We'll be back. And usually I'm in everyone's chat, being just generally there.
Vibing. Bones.
Heyo, it's me, LittleBones309. I'm your favorite indie gamer here on Twitch.tv, playing Captain Reagan Valentine. Where can you catch me? Here on Twitch. Next week I've got some indie games lined up and some 7 days, but tomorrow it's AAA Saturday and it is double XP weekend in Call of Duty. So I'll be playing Call of Duty tomorrow night after I watch a movie with my real dad. We all know who my real dad is.
Mournian.
Hello, I am Mournian. You can typically find me in, if any of these lovely people are streaming, I'll be in their chat being a pain in their butt typically. And fun fact, at sea level, the speed of sound is 761.2 miles per hour.
Wow. Joel.
Joel, my fun fact is,
Oh God.
if you hold your fart in long enough, the gas can be reabsorbed and come out of your mouth.
I regret things.
It's true.
Great, please.
Well, that was super enlightening. Great to know. Thanks for that. Hi, I'm DarlingCreepshow, just your resident creep. And you can find me all across the interwebs as DarlingCreepshow. And this Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern, is going to be the second part and the final part of Morkborg. That is being ran by Kurt. We've got Myriad over there playing in that game, along with Bleak and myself and Drosarius. So if you want to come watch some grim dark, some super weird shit, come hang out. It'll be super fun. Yeah. A lot of
Sucking on them toes.
Toesborg. Exactly. Thanks, Blake.
And
thanks
hi.
for having me, Mary. This is
Of
awesome.
course. This is the first time I've had creep on my channel, and it has been a delight.
I have Bones cat.
You do.
Just take care of my little baby in case I die.
I'll take care of her.
She likes belly rubs.
I'll rub her belly.
That makes me nervous.
Nobody can hear you meow in space.
Yeah.
And hi guys, I'm Myriad. This is my channel. We do a lot of TTRPG stuff on this channel. Normally we were running a D&D 5e homebrew campaign on Saturdays. However, we are on our season break. We will be back at the beginning of April with that. And then next week we'll be back with the final episode for Alien. Same time, same place. And then I'll be over on Creep's channel this Sunday. And we got some stuff coming up next week. Mostly I'm gonna be playing Assassin's Creed some more. I was having fun with that. I was being the little I have no money, little Ezio Auditore. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I think we're gonna go raid over into Duro. Duro's playing some magic, and I know Mournian said that he's on a magic kick lately, so we'll go raid over into Duro. Thanks for hanging out today, guys. I appreciate you all. And we'll be seeing you guys next week for the finale, where I'm definitely going to kill everyone except for the cat.
Aw.
Say goodbye.
Valid.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.